Hi, I'm Richard Bernal. Welcome to Kilson Street with Suavecito Pomade. Today we have a treat. It's episode 100. Today we have a band from East Los, California, Tropa Magica. Great job.
Yes.
Tropa Magica, everybody. Be right back after a short break.
Kills History will be back after a few messages from our sponsors. Were you injured in a car accident? Call me, Mo's Legal Consultants, LLC. We'll get you more money than you can think of without moving a finger. No insurance? Your fault? Hit and run and you did the hitting? I'll get you paid no matter what the law is. Don't be stupid. Call me now.
Episode 100 right here with Tropa Magica. And like always, we start with, where does one get acid in Mexico? Just kidding.
You take it with you. You take it with you on the plane. Like acid. Like if you have it in little Altoids, they're not gonna search your little Altoid. But
hey, don't give them ideas.
I know, but we did get acid from our homies in Bleep, that band, and they hooked us up, and we went to the pyramids, and the homies from Bleep, they gave us that acid, and it was really bomb.
Names and ages. Comienza.
My name's Renee. I was on the Titanic.
My name is Jason. I'm 24.
My name is David, and I'm in Hubblepup.
My name is Brandon, and I'm 29.
My name is Davis, and I was also on the Titanic.
My name's Caitlin, and I was in the Roaring 20s.
No. She was in World War II at the same time as Titanic.
So all y'all are like mystical beings.
Yeah.
All right, since there are new members, well, to each of you, what was your personal introduction into music, and what is the personal strive to keep continuing?
All right, well, let's start off with the new members. So we'll start off with Caitlin.
Personal introduction to music. I always loved music, but I think that my first religious experience with music was like when I heard Help by the Beatles on the radio, and I was like, whoa, I was in the car at a gas station, I remember. And it was a beautiful moment.
I'm a new member as well. My dad's record collection, checking that out as a kid for sure, turned me on to all kinds of crazy out there sounds. And
What are we laughing about?
that's the truth.
What are we laughing about? Why? What did he do?
He's just concentrating on the answer.
Oh.
That's true.
He's like, what the fuck am I going to say next?
It's a very difficult
Sorry about
question.
that, Davis.
No, that's all good. That was a great reaction. That was the reaction I was going. That was the reaction I was going for.
He definitely was on the Titanic with me. I pushed him off one of the boats. I was like, that's my seat.
You're like, you're not a girl.
Nah, but anyways.
Next.
Hey, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I guess for me it would be first time I heard the Doors, like when I was really young. That's what got me into music.
I got my start in music when my little brother was born, actually, Rene Pacheco. I was 3 years old, and my parents left me with my grandparents. And my grandparents, they're nice now, but they were jerks earlier when I was a little kid. And my grandpa, he had this like 1965 Mustang that didn't have a muffler, so it went whenever he would turn it on. And so when we were going on the way to the hospital to visit my little brother, there was this song by Vicente Fernandez. It was like llorar y llorar. And then so I naturally just started singing it at like 3 years old. I'm like, like I couldn't even sing at the time. And then my grandma tells that story all the time. And that's when I first started getting into music because I was excited and happy that I was going to have a little brother, Renee. But Jason's next, though.
My name's Jason. I think
because of the strokes.
no, I think I owe a lot to like road trips that we would do when I was little, going to Mexico because we would listen to a lot of music. I mean, there was not much else to do, so I think that's what really got me into music. Then I started playing music around when I was 11. I eventually became drum major at my high school, so I have some little bit of a musical background. And I was kind of giving up on it, and then I ended up joining these guys, and I'm back into it. It's fun. It's fun.
I got into music. I got into music in preschool when they would drop me off. I really hated being dropped off. I thought it was the dumbest thing you can do is drop off your kids because you have to go work, but you know, that's the way it goes. But for some reason, I just hated it. And when they introduced the piano to the preschool I was going to, that was the only thing that could keep me just calm and be like, okay, bye, Mom, get out of here. I'm going to go jam out. And that was my first taste of music, was a keyboard that they had at my preschool, which you would never expect because, you know, we're broke-ass school at the time. I think they're doing a bit better now. And then they threw it away. But my persistence for music kept on, you know. And luckily there was enough inspiration and a supportive environment for me to keep that kind of thing going. Because you don't always have that, you know. But fortunately I did, and I took advantage of it. So blaze it.
So the repetitive thing is you guys were the commons. So now it's why the transformation into Tropa Magica?
It's pretty simple. We went to Mexico. My great-grandma, my grandma, they were like, oh, what are you guys doing in el norte? ¿Qué están haciendo? And we're like, tocamos. No me hace caso. My grandma,
talks like that.
so my grandma can't hear, so she said, ¿Cómo están ahí en el norte?
She can't hear, or
¿Cómo
she can
está
barely talk.
todo? And she talks like that, like not to mimic her, like in a funny way. That's how she talks, literally.
And we love it.
And we love her because she's like 94 years old and she's very lucid. But
Full of
she
life.
asked us like what our band name was, and we're like, the common. And she's like, ¿Qué? And it's like, it's just not a Spanish word. And so to us, and so to us, we're just like, you know what? We traveled the country twice, and it felt like our band name, The Commons, was in very indicative of our Latino culture, and so changing the band name into a Spanish band name was like, it's a guarantee that, like, yeah, you're gonna see brown people on stage. Hey, we might be singing English and Spanish, we might be playing rock and roll, we might play cumbia, but at least you know where we're coming from. The Commons did not signify that, and Tropa Magica does.
It made you feel like you were gonna go watch like the Strokes or something.
So only 4 of you are the main band. How'd you meet the rest of the members, and do you think eventually they will stay, or how will that go?
You know, God, God is good. God is very gracious, and He has blessed us with beautiful musicians. And right now, which is Jason and Brandon and Renee and I, we've been jamming out consistently. We have Davis and Caitlin who've been jamming out with us, and it's more like, you know, when you go get your nails did and you want to go get them done and you want to get a pedicure as well. It's like, I feel like Caitlin and Davis add this kind of like extra topping to the band, you know, because it is very cool to hear violin. It is very cool to hear piano playing in the background. And
wasn't there supposed to be sax as well?
There was supposed to be sax, but Kazam couldn't make it. So why are you laughing?
You call me Shazam or what?
Oh, Shazam. So we have a competition. So if there's a segment in which we could put a picture of Daniel and his muscles and then compare them to his muscles.
Wow, hey, I'm not even flexing right now.
Flex,
I'm
flex,
not ready.
Flex.
All right,
flex.
hold on. Nah, okay.
Hold on. We need to interview those muscles. Let me see. Hey, how often does he beat it?
Twice nightly.
Anyways, going back to the question, what was your question? The band members, right?
Who's Daniel?
So trip out. So I guess as we jokingly introduced everybody, Renee and I are brothers. So we've been jamming for years, and but we'll start off like as we go in sequential order. So Jason joined us in Santa Cruz. He came up to see our last The Common show, and he started talking with Renee. He's like, "Hey man, I jam out too. I play saxophone."
If you ever need a sax, I'm like, well, it just so happens we do.
And so when we got back from Santa
send me a
Cruz,
message right now, and I'll hit you up. Next day we had a barbecue, and I was like, hey Jason, where
come
do you
to
live?
the barbecue.
And and get this, the night before we all met each other in San Francisco. So I just out of the blue go, Jason, where do you live? I know you told me you weren't from San Francisco, so where you at? He goes, Norwalk. Well, come on down. We're all hanging out. Come through. We have him, like, we had a saxophone there. We put him on.
Yeah, I bought a saxophone
and
and
the
alto
moment
sax.
like we had him jamming out with us, we were like, oh shit, you really do play the saxophone. Well, cool. You know, and he kept up. He kept it going.
There was no tryouts. It's like, dude, you're in the band. You can play my attitude saxophone. Go for it. You're in the band. And then he actually, as you might have seen in the videos, he's not playing saxophone. He got onto bass because the bass player that was playing with us, starting Tropa Magica, Rafael Blanco from the Pocket Rockets, he couldn't go to Mexico with us, so then we needed a substitute bassist, and he was just like, hey, I could play bass, and we just like, we're like, dude, you should be a bassist.
I've been practicing the songs. I got you.
And so that's the story of Jason coming into the band. Brandon, on the other hand, he was a guitarist.
Brandon was recruited.
Yeah. We definitely had our eyes on him for a while. He played in another band called the Bloodhounds, and we were like, Brandon, that guy's a dope ass guitarist. If I ever get a fourth guitarist for the band, because we've been a 3-piece for so long, we're like, or if we ever get a second guitarist, a fourth member, I'm like, Brandon's gonna be the guy. And it just so happened that his other band broke up. He still jams out for fun with the band called the Hidden Depths, and we're like, Brandon, come jam out, and he's been jamming with us since like the beginning of the year, and that's Brandon's initial entry to story. Davis, on the other hand, met us at the show at the Echo it was a good show. It was like one of our last LA shows with the Commons, and he sent me an email. He's like, "Hey man, like, I want to jam with you guys," and we were like looking to expand the group. We're like, "Yo, come jam. Here's the song." And he comes and he learned all the songs, and we're like, "Dude, that's badass." Like we used to like teaching members like song by song, which is very redundant. But like you gotta have patience. I'm like formerly a teacher, so you gotta like have that patience for people learning your songs. And then Caitlin.
David, I'm also formerly a warehouse employee.
I'm also formerly, I did work at a warehouse. But Caitlin, I had the pleasure of being a part of this like random experiment of 25 musicians got together, and they were all assorted into 5 different bands, 5 members, and in our band it happened to be 1 drummer, 3 guitars, 1 violin player. And I remember we asked Caitlin, like the guys asked Caitlin, like, "What do you play?" She's like, "Violin." And we're like, "Oh shit, like we need a bass player, we need a piano player." And so nobody played piano or bass. So, but we jammed out, and like just working with Caitlin, like she's just like a badass, man. Like like
Did you play some NBC something yesterday?
yeah,
It was like a corporate gig.
yeah, she plays like really corporate stuff. Like, she
Sometimes
played at the Wiltern the other
I
day.
did.
Played for Beyonce.
And I did not. I did play for Moby.
Shakira
But-
that too, right?
But we met her through a thing by that Spaceland put together. Spaceland was like the
The
Echo,
Rock Lottery.
the Rock Lottery.
Rock Lottery.
Yeah, so like we kept in touch like after we played our set. So Rock Lottery was like 25 members, you form 5 bands. You get all day to come up with 3 to 4 songs, and then at the end of the night you perform those songs.
At the
I
Echo.
Yeah, at the Echo, and we performed those songs, and like Caitlin and I had really good like chemistry on stage. And after the show, I was just like, "Hey, Caitlin, you should jam out with us." She's like, "Yeah, totally. Let me listen to your songs," and she liked them. So
I'm down. Come on, let's play some music.
yeah, and that's the story of how these guys came in and lady came into the band.
Thank you.
So from the name of the comments to Tropa Magica, there's been issues going on. Care to elaborate on that? And how is it now to be working independently?
What kind of issues?
You tell me.
Well, I mean, we had issues like when we were Hello, My Name is Red. Our previous band before the comments was Hello, My Name is Red, and people like the issues are essentially just like
The issue
Just
is
kinda-
everybody thinks we broke up. They're like, "Oh my god, the Commons broke up." It's like, no, Commons didn't break up. We transitioned. We grew. We evolved. Pokemon viewers, whatever you want to call it, basically grew up. These are the growing pains, and we changed it. We decided we wanted a new entity. We wanted a bigger lake, and for us to be ourselves. And so everybody started going, "Oh, the Commons broke up." It's like, no. Let me just tell you guys right now, the Commons did not break up. The Commons, right here. David, look at them. Right here and right here. Renee, the Commons. The Commons are still in Tropa Magica. So nothing changed other than the name and our ambition and our hunger. So relax, everybody. Chill out. Toke a bowl. Drink a beer. Enjoy these guys right here. All I'm saying is, relax. Tropa Magica is here. The Commons is in it. We're still here, baby. Relax. Ponte relax.
yeah,
That's
man.
the only issue, That's the only issue.
That was the best way to put it. Eh? So you were a literature teacher. What's a recommended read?
Oh man, it depends. If you're like, if you want to go classical literature, oh man, we're gonna do a little lecture right here.
Tequila
Wife of
Mockingbird.
Bath, Tequila Mockingbird. No, I mean I would. If you're like trying to get into literature, I would say read short stories. Read short stories because I used to hate literature. I used to hate it so badly because I was one of the products of like the bilingual programs, in the '90s, early '90s, the Clinton area when he stopped it. So I grew up like going to school, learning Spanish and English at the same time in like a public school. And so when that program was canceled, I was thrown into this world of now you're only English speaker, and I failed all my classes, and it was a terrible feeling to feel like you were an idiot because you couldn't speak a language, but yet I excelled in math, I excelled in science, but when it came to literature, I couldn't, I wasn't proficient enough. And so it wasn't until college where I started feeling comfortable with myself as an intellectual, as a scholar, to be able to communicate effectively. And it's so, as I push myself, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to major in this because this is what, it's a challenge. We always go for what's hard. It's like right now, people are like, tell us, why'd you guys quit the comments? You guys should have kept going. It's so much work. It's like, what's wrong with work? Work is good. But I'm digressing. If I were to recommend something, no, if I were to recommend some good literature, it depends. I mean, if you like fantasies, go read Harry Potter. If you like scary stories, read some Edgar Allan Poe. Just read. If you like sports, read a sports magazine. Like, just fill yourself with actually reading.
It's a better one. Write. Just write it down. You have a thought, write it down. You're always going like, hey, I have this idea. I should totally do this, or you know what, I want to do this. Yes, well, do yourself the next best thing and write it down so you can remember it the next day and maybe actually carry it up. Stop being a fucking sayer, being like, I want to do this. Write it the fuck down and do it.
Yeah, I mean, like my goal as a teacher was always to
teach.
No, actually, shut the Jason. Hey, give me your mic. Go in the corner. In the corner, do some standards on the wall. Actually, my goal as a teacher, because being a teacher is very institutionalized, man. You're expected to be a supervisor, like an authority figure. Put your cell phones away. Don't talk. Don't eat in the classroom. And I fucking hated that, man. I fucking hated that. But what I did enjoy was exposing students to good literature. Read some Tennessee Williams. Appreciate William Blake. Appreciate Sandra Cisneros. Appreciate so my goal was always to appreciate literature. To make it an ultimate goal into which Renee, with all his chicanery. Chicanery.
No saying chicano.
At the end of the day.
I bend over and get fucked every day, but you fucking go. No, I'm just kidding.
At the end of the day, I'm not Professor Escalantes. I'm David Pacheco, and I play in a band.
But we live right down the school where he taught.
Yeah,
the Escalantes did.
Yeah, and it's good. And so, do I miss it? A little bit. Do I like playing music more? Fuck yeah.
Right on. Shows.
We got a lot of them coming up.
I know you guys got one at Marty's on Newport because they keep blowing up on fucking
Marty's
email.
in Newport. I mean, I don't know when this is going to be aired, but the one that I know for sure is going to be in the future is at Desert Days. We're going to do Desert Days. It's our first festival as Tropa Magica, and it's going to be magical. Desert Days is one of the best festivals out there. Honestly, we played Coachella last year. Coachella is I don't know. What do you think, Renee? Let's talk about Coachella, huh? Can you ask us about Coachella?
How was Coachella?
Renee got a chub rub.
It doesn't. No. You guys probably think that's jerking off. No, chub rub is when you get right here, right here,
thigh rosado.
Yeah, you get a rash. So because Coachella is so huge. If you've ever been to a theme park or anywhere where you just need to walk a lot and you've been walking all day, you get a rash between your thighs. So, after the first 2 days of the first weekend of Coachella, I got a very bad rash. So by the first Sunday of the first week, I had to clench my ass to not rub my rash infected area. And so I ended up getting infected. It was infected with a rash.
How would you walk?
I'll show you right now. I'll show you. Just let me give you the premises. So basically, I clenched my ass to no longer pressing between my thighs. And then my ass get a fucking rash, man. Dude, it sucked going home after that first week of Coachella. So the second weekend, I came back like a wrestler, all oiled up, fool. Yeah, rubber gloves on, to be able to grab onto shit.
Hey, you were like, Ramsey's butt cheeks are the best.
You walk. Hey, get out of the way, bro. All right.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, they're not real.
Oh, I broke my turtle's legs.
Shit. All right, so clench your butt.
This right here, this is what like ended up getting rash. So what I did is I started walking like with my ass clenched up like this, so that my legs could open up. I started walking like this, and then my ass cheeks started getting rash. And then what's fucked up is that when my ass cheeks and my thighs were rashed up, I had to walk a 3-mile walk home. After that, oh fuck you, Coachella.
How'd you walk that 3 mile? How'd you walk that 3 mile?
Hey, give me a lift. With this in my nose.
He skipped it out.
I skipped him a loo, motherfucker. I broke my turtle legs. I got another turtle for you.
All right. If somebody wants to contact the band,
Best way to contact us is www.tropamagica.com. Social media, it's out the window. It's going to go down. MySpace was like the popular thing back in the day. It's not popular anymore. Best way to contact us is www.tropamagica.com. And if you see Renee, bring him some lotion.
Some oil. No.
Some oil.
My girlfriend
Vaseline.
with a coconut oil. That's what did it. Yeah, coconut oil. But it's good sunscreen. You know, stop wearing sunscreen.
But you need rubber gloves, though.
Oh, no. We'll get into that another time.
all right. Well, thank you for being episode 100. So from all of us here at Kilson Street with Suavecito Pomade, we'd like to thank Tropa Magica.
Thank you.
Up in here.
And now Tropa Magica with LSD Roma.
Realmente no sería tan difícil. Desnudos escondiéndose el sudor se vuelve lágrimas. Cada quien con su pared y las espaldas por fin sonan nada. Si pudieras leer mi mente todavía sería lo mismo. Abrazos y fracasos, lo mismo otra vez. Si pudiera leer mi mente todavía así